Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at BD Williams 18 for BD, and of course pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 35% off. All right. So we're here for the Dolphins film review. Something we do like we do every week. We do review the film, win or loss. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, there's another loss. The Raiders have lost 6 in a row. They're at 6 in a row for losses. Another double-digit loss. I guess they're the first team in NFL history to be down double digits in every game in the first 10 games. So the Raiders are setting history this year. The first team since 1985. So.
Writing's on the wall for Pierce. Got to be right. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's close.
You can get. I get the argument for like giving guys a chance to like grow the program and having time, but you can't be historically bad during that time.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So if you're historically bad, I think that it's just better to like let Antonio Pierce go back to being a position coach, defensive coordinator, assistant head coach, kind of, and eventually working his way back into being a head coach in the future or something like that. But the team definitely stopped trying hard for him early on.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can attract the level of coaching that he's going to need to compete in this division. You see the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
And even, the Broncos have some good coaching because they don't have a good roster and they're competitive. Mm-hmm. So at least, their quarterback is a young guy. They're making it work with that, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if Pierce has the cachet to bring in the assistants. I've been questioning a lot of the techniques I'm seeing on defense even. Yeah. So I'm wondering why some guys look worse this year than they did in the past, and things like that. But I'm just sure if he also has the strategy, just like the ability to adjust and everything like that. So
yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about that though? Like overall, like Antonio Pierce's ability, in-game strategy, like is he just like a motivational guy mostly?
I don't know what he is at this point. Like, he seemed like he's supposed to be a motivational guy, but the guys don't seem that motivated, they're having these issues. He has some team meeting where they're all like kind of talking about lack of accountability showing, and like he's not holding guys accountable. Basically like they feel like they're not prepared. It's basically like they went from over micromanaged, right? With Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels over micromanaging. He's watching your guys' Twitter. He's watching like your life. You go get married during bye week, he's getting pissed at you and wants to trade you. If you do anything, like I still don't know what happened with John Simpson. I still have a lot of questions about that. Why he let John Simpson go be a good guard for other teams, and it's just that type of situation for me. It's like he's obviously not controlling the guys that he has. Like what is he gonna say to Max Crosby right now? Let's say Max Crosby does something bad in the game. Like, is Max Crosby gonna really listen to him at this point?
Right.
Like what is the vision? What is he actually trying to do with this team? Like, this team doesn't have an identity.
I think it's good. It's interesting that you brought that up. First of all, Max Crosby's discipline on the field has tanked this year. Mm-hmm. He just does whatever he wants, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys do that too. And Max Crosby gets away with it the most, right? Because he's like a freak.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of times too when it hurts the defense, it gives up big plays.
Yeah.
Max Crosby's freelancing or something like that. And if you've been watching some of my breakdowns, some people are bugging me saying, "Oh, you're only behind a paywall," but if you remember, I've been doing some breakdowns. If you've been watching some of those, you'll see plenty of instances where Max Crosby's just like doing something.
Yeah.
Yes, hard. You know what I mean? And it's like hurting the defense. So it's interesting that you bring up like what is Antonio Pierce going to say. Maybe that's a good indicator of Max Crosby not feeling like he has to really. He doesn't have to worry about Antonio Pierce. Like Antonio Pierce isn't going to say anything, you know, or maybe that's encouraged by Antonio Pierce. But the other thing I will say is I was super down on Jack Jones at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of questionable effort. And he's definitely picked his game up in the last few weeks. He's definitely and even some physical plays too. So we know Antonio Pierce's relationship with Jack Jones going back.
Yeah.
So if anyone got Jack Jones to like dial it in and actually get some good tape out there so that he can like keep on playing in the NFL next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Antonio Pierce that motivated him. So I don't know, like you're saying, like maybe it's only like a group of guys that he connects with or something like that, and he's got to kind of outsource the motivation to other places on the team. But yeah, I'm just more interested in having a coach that can make adjustments in the game and is kind of like a mastermind when it comes to like clock control and situational and calling a timeout and saying, okay, you know what, I want to look at this kind of thing, or let's go after this right here on a 3rd and 4 when the game's on the line. And even if you got AOC, you can still get that sometimes because you got a coach that is like that dialed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. And if that's Antonio Pierce, if he grows in that area, great. But yeah, I'm not certain.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't know how much time you can give them when it's looking like this. Because I mean, it's not. I mean, we were expecting them to at least be competitive this year. That's what I was expecting, at least for them to be competitive. They're not even competitive. They're just bad. And like even on offense, when Scott Turner, he came in, and I think he improved the passing game. I mean, but what he did also is a detriment to the team because he realized that Gardner Minshew can't throw deep, right? He's like him and Returver got in the lab. They're like, this guy can't throw deep, right? So we better design a bunch of ways for him to get the ball out of his hands quick. So his ADOT was like 3.7, but he got rid of the ball at 2.54 seconds, which is his fastest of the year. So they made a effort to like play more like I guess Minshew played with Shane Steichen, which is get rid of the ball out of his hands, quick throws to the flat, let the guys run yak. And it did work. It was just, when you got in the red zone and you needed him to make, some tight window throws or like make a throw or go through his reads and stuff like that. He's just not that guy. So, I mean, and the run game is just, they just abandoned it, which I kind of appreciated them. I appreciated Scott Turner just like not running the ball. I feel like when I was watching film, they ran the ball like 8 times. I really feel like, but the run game wasn't working either. I mean, they tried to switch the gap instead of zone. That didn't work. Still didn't work. Zamir White's running in the back of guys. And I don't know. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. I have no idea. He's just lost all his confidence, I guess. And yeah, it's those things that is happening with the offense, and that can't get fixed. But what I don't like about AP after watching Scott Turner is like, why didn't you hire him from the beginning? He was there. He was just sitting there. He was your passing game coordinator last year. He's had offensive coordinator. He's had a job. It's not like he wasn't a coordinator before, and you went outside of him, and now we're with him, and then he has the offense where they're not punting once. They only punted once the whole damn game. You know what I mean?
They were. I mean, yeah. If you're looking at the box score, they were in it until the second to last possession. It seemed like so.
Yeah.
I mean, it was within striking distance, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, so I mean, yeah, like it's like just like under competitive. Like it's just competitive enough to make it interesting on game day, but like not really threatened to win very often, I guess.
Exactly, and you can go back to to let's go picking Gardner Minshew, give him like 2 years, 25 million. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what they saw on film last year to make them feel that confident in Gardner Minshew. Because you just look at it, I mean, that's high priced backup quarterback money, whatever, however you want to look at it.
Should have got Joe Flacco.
Yeah, or Jameis
Yeah, right.
or something. I mean,
Jameis in Las Vegas sounds wrong though. I don't know if that's gonna work. There's a lot of
maybe that's
crab
what they thought.
legs. A lot of crab legs in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what they thought. I don't know. They just like or even Sam Darnold or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if Sam Darnold would have worked, but
Yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, along those lines, and we'll see if there's some other free agents if that's the route they go. I know that fans are gonna want like a rookie, you
Mhm.
know. But I'll save that for another show. I know that you're doing a Jalen Milroe breakdown. Did you have that out yet?
Yeah, not yet. I'm actually gonna do that tomorrow.
Uh,
I got it ready to go, but I just
got you,
I'm gonna
got
do
you,
that
got
tomorrow.
you.
So I'm gonna do some Jalen Monroe, who I actually really like more than I think he's a lot better than people think. But
You like him?
I do like Jalen Monroe a little bit. I do. He's growing on me. I don't know how big he is, but just I don't know. I just feel like he's okay. He's good enough from the pocket that um
You have
you
hope.
could right? You have hope, and then plus he's just so damn fast. It's like he had this one play against Georgia when I was watching it where they had a free rusher and on a blitz, he just threw the guy off his back. Right, the guy came, he just threw him off his back, and he ran for 30 yards. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yes,
you know. So
yes,
and it's not like he doesn't take a lot of sacks either. So that's
yeah.
my thing. Like it's not like a big. I'm gonna take a bunch of sacks.
You need an X factor, I think, to play early.
Yeah, yeah.
And in today's NFL, it's not like you know, I don't know. Even look at Aaron Rodgers when he started, Tom Brady when they started, they sat for a
Yeah.
while,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you look at Peyton Manning's rookie year, like it was a tough rookie year. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But now it's like if everyone's gonna look at Jaden Daniels and be like, okay, well if you don't have a rookie season like that, you're trash, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, but he's got an X factor, right? His legs.
but it is a flip side to it, even with that, because I mean, like C.J. Stroud doesn't look as good this year as he did the year before, and C.J. Stroud's like 22. That's my thing. Like quarterback prime is like 27. Like C.J.
Right.
Stroud's a long way from him even being close to himself.
CJ Stroud doesn't have an X factor though. CJ Stroud is just pocket passer.
Yeah, he's just a total.
He's not gonna take off on you. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna say that the smarts of the X factor, you don't get to tap into that until like you're saying your prime.
Yeah, he's like 27. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's good
But
enough
I'm saying
for them
from
to be patient.
athletically,
But
like you could like my boy, one of my favorite quarterbacks right now in Philadelphia,
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, the other Jalen. Um, that's the X factor. That's why he was being able to be so competitive early on. You know, was like those plays, like you're saying, it's 3rd and 7. You got to have it. He shrugs the defender off his back and run. Like that's not how the coach drew it up.
Exactly.
You know, like but he can get you out of a bat like that. That I would love the Raiders to have a guy who can get you out of something. You know what I mean? Like I think Cam Ward's a guy like that.
Yeah.
If you're saying Jalen Milroe's a guy like that, I don't know if Shadur Sanders is a guy like that. I think Shadur Sanders is more like the CJ Stroud side.
Yeah. He is. He made some plays more plays outside the pocket this last week, but yeah, I still saw the floaters when he kind of floated that ball to Travis Hunter, and Travis Hunter made him look amazing by jumping 80 feet in the air and catching it, but it was still a floater. But yeah, that's the thing. We got to see what is going to happen with these quarterbacks. But I think Jalen Monroe has a chance to rise because he's going to play in the playoffs. Alabama playoffs. I mean, they're going to the playoffs, right?
You got to put him in.
Right. So Alabama's going to be in the playoffs. And I think once we see how some of these quarterbacks play in the playoffs, I think they're going to separate from each other. It's like
that's going to separate. I think that's great for like the draft and getting the film. and seeing like a playoff game and how especially quarterback, everyone else is a wash. It's just another game for everyone else. But for the quarterbacks, it's like we want to see like who's really actually like stepping their game up here.
Yeah, so that's fun. And we get 3 games of it. So if they go, like I'm saying, like he
because a bowl game, you just kind of throw that one out. You know what I mean? Like a bowl game when you're watching the film, it's like, you know what I mean? But like a playoff, that's different. That's different.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. What else? Nothing else to talk about with the Raiders. Raiders are.
Did I see a report today that said Vrabel was at the top of their list for next year?
I mean that's a rumor.
What is that? What am I seeing when if you're a fan and you saw that? What kind of subterfuge and misinformation is this?
It's a connection to Brady. People are assuming that Brady's going to hire Vrabel, but to be honest, I mean Brady might, if they fire AP, I mean he might hire Brian Flores.
Oh,
he might.
Okay.
I mean that nobody's talking about that. And Brian Flores is a hot coaching candidate. But and who would know Brian Flores more than Tom Brady, right?
Right. That's a good point.
Flores is a secret one that I think a lot of people aren't talking about.
I like that.
Shout out one of the fans of the show. I can't think of his name right. My boy David Ochoa. He hit me up. He told me about it. Yeah. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, what about Brian Flores?" And I was like, "You know what? That might be the guy." We're talking about like, oh, Mike Vrabel, but real shit, man. It might be Brian Flores. I mean, he is the hotter head coaching candidate at this point.
I love that you brought that up. First of all, he's due, right? Because he's been in a cycle for a couple years now. You know, he's been an assistant head coach for which team? Pittsburgh?
The Vikings.
Now the Vikings. Okay.
Yeah, last 2 years.
last years, and you know, like they're always competitive. It's like whatever this guy touches, they're in a good spot. You know what I mean? They're a competitive team. And the name, just the name, Flores. It's a storied name in Raiders coaching history. So that's another reason I think that you got to make it happen. If you're Mark Davis.
Yeah. As I said, that might be a secret connection that nobody's talking about. But you know, people will be like, "Well, he won't develop a quarterback." But you know, even if Brian Flores is there, you know, somebody like Shedeur Sanders, even Cam Ward, they don't have the same personality that Tua does. When you know. So,
I mean, Brian Flores needs to hire someone to develop a quarterback.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So,
yeah. And his offensive coordinator was Chan Gailey. So, yeah, man.
He get a lot. He get a lot of guys.
He could,
you know,
or even bring somebody from Minnesota that's under Kevin O'Connell. Man, you know what I'm saying? He could do that too, and
touch some of
Clint
that.
Kubiak, the Kubiaks, all those guys.
Get a Kubiak connection for sure.
All right, bro. So today you're doing third down defense. I'm doing Brock Bowers and Kolton Miller. Basically, I'm going to show how Scott Turner used Brock Bowers because it was very unique. It was very like Norv Turner was like came in like, hey, is that Antonio Gates? And that's what they did. So that's basically what they did with that. And
Norv Turner came in and he said, "So we used to have a guy that we ran this play with. Let's just see how it works."
Exactly, because that's how it felt, man. It was 16 targets. Like we're throwing to Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, and everybody else can just get in where they fit in. Basically, how I felt this game. And you know, shout out to Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is you know, he's very underrated, bro. He was working Jalen Ramsey a couple times. Shout out Jacoby Myers. I just want to give him a shout out because he worked him on a slant one time, 1-on-1. I was like, all right, Jacob. Oh, okay, all right. So they definitely need to keep him another year too. I think they shouldn't.
I would love that. I'd love to see that.
Don't trade him or don't do anything with him. I think he's a keep. He's a good receiver, dude. He's consistent every year. All right. So let's see this. I guess I'll go first. Let's do this. Let's get some Brock Bowers excitement. And I'm going to shut up the Kolton Miller haters because the reason why I did Kolton Miller because somebody asked me about if he should fall off. I've seen people talk about him getting traded. I'm like, you guys are idiots. Like this dude's still a stud. So
Right.
I don't know what people are saying. He got his ass kicked by Myles Garrett. Like, who doesn't? And then you know what I mean? I mean, Myles Garrett made Andrew Thomas, who's also one a top 5 tackle, look like Alex Otherwood. So it's there, man.
Myles Garrett make Joe Thomas look like okay. Myles Garrett is no joke. That guy is half man, half animal.
For real, bro. For real. All right, guys. All right. So we're gonna start off with Brock Bowers. Here, start about how Scott Turner used Brock Bowers. So we're gonna start off with this first play, which is a choice route. And what I really like about this one, all right, so you see they start off with the zone. Okay, they start off doing kind of like a not zone, I mean motion out of the backfield, right? So what this does is just create this one-on-one with Brock Bowers and this linebacker right here. I think it's Jordan Brooks, right? Because they're in quarters, so you can see how everything kind of changes. Miami did a good job at disguising their coverages, but Scott Turner did a good job of making them expose it, which I really liked about him. So you see here what this does, it gets the one-on-one with him and the linebacker. It's just easier. So you get the choice route, you know, and he's even playing inside leverage, trying to make him go outside here. Not gonna work. It goes right by him. Easy throw. First down. So watch one more time here. Get that motion. Makes Ramsey come outside. You just get easy work right there. No shot.
Makes him freeze his feet.
Easy work. You see it from this angle here. Motion. Easy work there. Boom. All right. So, I mean, there's also kind of these simple little stick routes here too, which you know, just kind of just finding ways to get him the football. They're trying to get the ball out of Minshew's hands quick, right? So you kind of can see, you know, kind of just a little simple stick right there. And, you know, and it looks like they're in cover 3 here, right? So when you see this, it kind of opens it up because Ramsey can't get over the top. Then you guys, you mess up the curl flat right here. It's wide open. So I think this is good scheme too, right? I think he was really prepared. Scott Turner is really prepared for what the Dolphins would like to do. And he found ways to get the ball to Brock Bowers. Because he knew that they're not going to have anybody really guard him one-on-one or play a lot of man. So it just made it really easy for him. First down. All right, here's another one. One thing I really liked that he did too was the mesh. So you're gonna get a lot of mesh here. So you're gonna get mesh right here, mesh right here, right? And what he does, what I like about this one, this is mesh out of 13 personnel, right? So you got Justin Shorter right here, I just want somebody to throw this guy the ball. This guy can run. I don't know. Somebody put this guy up the seam and throw it to him, please. I just want to see it. But we're getting some mesh here from these two, right? And what I like about this one right here, you see Mayer right there, he's going to stop. And what this does against the zone defense here that they're playing, especially with this condensed set, right? It kind of just takes a lot of these players out of the play and leaves this wide open gap here for Brock Bowers. Bam, there's another catch, quick little throw, get the ball out of his hands quick, and there's plenty of yak right there. He gets about 15. So Scott Turner, like I said, he's prepared for the quarters and stuff that they like to do, and that's why he's got them in these condensed sets because it basically just changes their rules a little bit and kind of exposes everything, and he's able to get the ball right to Brock Bowers. Easy play right there. And then we got Brock Bowers in the backfield. All right, we're gonna get into the backfield here, playing a little running back. We're just gonna get a little swing route to him, just nothing. I mean, basically, you could see that it's mesh again. You're getting mesh. Scott Turner does love seeing mesh. He just loves mesh. Just like he runs the hell out of it. You're gonna see a little mesh from Turner, I believe, or it's my bad, Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker. And what this does this time, so it looks like they're. Let's see what they're. And gets that one-on-one right there. That's another a yak about 15 yards right there. Get it out in space. The mesh, like I said, it takes this corner out of it, right? This corner right here, number 38. He has to come out of it because he's following Jacoby Myers. And it just creates this perfect space, all this space right here for Brock Bowers to get some yak right there. And, he does his job, gets the yak. So like I said, it was consistent all game, them doing this type of stuff. And I mean, when you create matchups like this, I mean, this is how you play. This is why I like Scott Turner. This is playing offensive coordinator. Luke Getsy, I don't know some of the stuff that he was doing. It was kind of just straight up and not exposing the coverages as much, especially with the short passing game. Because Luke Getsy just loves it. He can expose coverages vertically, but when you have Gardner Minshew, man, it's not gonna work. So I never thought that Gardner Minshew was a fit for Luke Getsy at all. But you see what Scott Turner is doing. Scott Turner knows exactly how to get Minshew have him be effective, and that's why he was 29 out of 40 with like 2 touchdowns. All right, so this one I want to bring it back. All right. So I talked about this one a little bit on Twitter here. So you see here, I mean, it kind of looks like from this look, yeah, you have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 on the line, right? So you're thinking blitz, right? 6 on the line. You're thinking blitz if you're Gardner Minshew, okay? But there's still single high, right? You still got a guy up here. You're not thinking cover 0 blitz, right? You're not thinking Ramsey's coming, even though DJ Turner is pointing at him, which DJ Turner is very smart doing that. But you kind of see that from this look, it kind of just looks like a single high look. But what happens is you move him, right? You move Brock Bowers. So now Jordan Poyer starts moving, right? When Jordan Poyer starts coming all the way over here, what does that tell you? That's 0, right? Because why is the safety trying to come all the way over here to guard this guy? So, and look, now we got 7 guys coming here, right? And this is third down. We got 7 guys coming. And it just makes it real easy for Minshew because Jordan Poyer has to come over the top. And what I like about this design is not the normal slant flat. It's more of a dig here. So you see here that he runs more of a dig, Trey Tucker, right, than a pure slant. And it creates this opening right there where these two have to run through each other, right? So it basically creates a natural pick. Trey Tucker does a good job of not touching anybody and make these two guys run into each other themselves. And that just creates the space. And it makes it an easy touchdown. Just a walk. He just breaks that tackle, sheds it, touchdown. So like I said, it's simple stuff, but it's exposing a lot of these teams' coverages, and he just was prepared. I mean, Scott Turner was prepared for what they like to do on certain downs, certain looks, certain areas. You could tell Scott Turner was just him and Norv were in the during the bye week. They were in the lab. Let's say that they were in the lab during the bye week. So here's another one. Brock Bowers on some motion here. And like I said, just simple stuff. So basically creates kind of the same thing, creating some picks for him, natural rubs. Nobody's doing anything crazy, but it creates that space, right? And it's not, yeah, this looks like normal sticks, right? But it's dressed up a little different, right? And it's not as much of a pure flat, it's more of a deeper flat. You can tell it's fully designed to get Brock Bowers the ball here. Catch that ball, first down. On third down right there. All right. So here's another one. So this one's not as much just scheme, but it's more just Brock Bowers being able to run any route that he wants to. So this could be a return route, right? So you can see him kind of start breaking out, and he's going to break back in. It's a good timing from Minshew here. He's able to get that ball right there, make a catch the ball with his hands too, natural hands catch, right? And then be able to bring that ball in before he takes the hit. So you can tell he has a great feel of the game to just Brock Bowers himself because he knows he's about to get popped, right? I'm about to get popped. So I need to catch that ball, right? I mean, he even took his eyes off the ball, which he shouldn't. Don't do this at home, kids. Don't take your eyes off the ball like this, kids. Don't do it. All right. This is for all pros. Because you might drop it, but he ends up catching it right there. You getting the first down there. All right. So it's just consistent stuff here. There's another one right here. So you see the mesh one more time here. As I said, these 13 personnel meshes. And you just what they like to do in coverage, right? You can see the opening is opening up right there because Ramsey has to come out here with Abdullah. It's just the rules, right? The rules of what they like to do. There's a space right there. He's wide open. Makes a man kind of spins off there. Gets another first down. So watch one more time here. All right, mesh. Breaks the rules right there. You know, you got Ramsey. Ramsey has to respect this, right? He just can't let this go, right? Because if he jumps Bowers, then you know, hopefully Minshew would be smart enough to throw it up to. I can't say that he would, but you see it right there. Natural. Now, I mean, of course, you know, Gardner Minshew's Gardner Minshew. I know I showed this play on Twitter too, and it caused a little bit of an uproar. One guy told me that he wouldn't be able to get this throw off, which I thought was funny, but that's fine. But we're getting Yankee here. If you're a fan of the show, you know Yankee, right? You know, all the years with John Gruden, we ran a lot of Yankee, right, which is over route and a post route. But this time it's from a condensed set. So you got condensed, and like I said, this is 13 personnel again, right? We got Justin Shorter in here.
This is that right? Sean McVay version of Yankee.
Yeah, basically. But except Sean McVay would have a big wide receiver that he says is a tight end. And then you get the post route from Tucker, and then you're to get the over route from Bowers. Okay, now they're blitzing, right? They're sending 7 again here. They get a corner blitz, and they're sending 7, and they're basically playing like cover 2 behind it, right? Now you see this linebacker. He points. He's telling this guy to take. There's Tucker running wide open by himself, right? But now, see, it's right here, right? I mean, he's got 1-on-1 with number 6. Number 6 he's basically running for his life. He's in full panic, right? And he is fully beat. This guy, somebody told me that this guy would like jump this if Minshew threw it. I'm thinking, no, he's so worried about Tucker. You could tell that he's worried about Tucker getting deep on him. And that's why he kind of goes with this little because he does like a corner post type of thing, kind of sells it a little bit, and that's why this guy's spinning. But this ball should be in the air.
If that guy is going to baseball turn, Trey Tucker's shake route right there,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was never ever in play for Bowers.
Yeah.
They were not adjusting to the Yankee like that. You do have teams who will adjust to Yankee like that.
Yeah.
And drop off and overlap the safety on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But that if he's gonna baseball turn this, that is not the adjustment that week at least. No
exactly.
way. No way.
And the Raiders haven't ran Yankee all year.
Yeah, so they probably didn't even go in to the game with an adjustment for Yankee on the back end here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, right. And you just see he's just running past this dude. And Minshew, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, maybe he thought he couldn't make this throw. Maybe he knows this himself. But I mean,
yeah, he's a noodle arm guy.
Come on, BD.
He's a noodle arm.
You gotta throw this ball because you got to think about this. Like this guy's running with Tucker, so if he throws this on time,
yeah, I mean it's definitely open, but not for Gardner Minshew.
See, to me, that's why like you gotta play Desmond Ridder then if that's the problem, because Desmond Ridder can make this throw.
Right? I wonder how bad Desmond Ridder is looking
in practice, right? He does look terrible in practice. But that's what I'm saying. Like you got to make this throw, man. To be honest, I would have respected him more if he threw it and he got picked. I would have respected him more. Like he couldn't get it there. All right, and this one, I'm gonna ask you, Pete, if I'm nitpicking on this one, but I feel like he could have got the throw off. So this is the first drive. They only get 3 out of this. Okay, you're getting a bootleg, right? And he's gonna get out of this is just 12 personnel, pure 12. You're gonna get him on the bootleg, the typical rollout bootlegs you see from almost every single NFL team, right? It's a little different though because you're getting Myers coming.
Oh yeah,
right. It's kind of set up different. I mean, because when the Raiders do this before, I mean, they're running the ball, right? So that's why this is a good play call. So Raiders do this. See how he's pointing. He's expecting them to kind of run the ball. I mean, they're going to start crashing, right? not really ready for it as much. And you see kind of Bowers is about to run wide open here. Okay.
It looks like wide open. It's got to be wide open from this angle.
Right?
Is he feeling like, one of these underneath guys is dropping? No, come on. You got to. I feel like you got to fit that in. So he's not confident in his arm.
Yeah, because like right here, right? Because I was thinking maybe this guy had a shot at it, but you could see that even then, you can see where Bowers is going. I mean, this guy can't run and get here. If he throws it and leaves Bowers, right here, with a little anticipates it a little bit. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think the key is throwing it up. But I mean, if this is not something that they are from, if Gardner Minshew is not comfortable making that throw, to him or whatever, they just got to be on the same page. But yeah, I feel like I agree with you. I think if he throws that up at 10 feet, even right above that guy, that linebacker.
Yeah, because to me, it's more about leading him, right? You put some touch on this ball and you throw it over here. I mean, this guy, there's still a second level, right? He's still kind of close to the first level here, and this is a second level throw. You put some touch on it. I mean, I just seen so many quarterbacks make that throw. I guess I'm been spoiled watching good quarterbacks, and it kind of just upsets me here. To see some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but that's what happens. You have a limited quarterback. But that goes back to my point. Like Desmond Ridder can make this throw. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing. Anyways, all right. So let's get to Kolton Miller here. Let's talk about Kolton Miller. So Kolton Miller, he does have a little bit of struggles in the run game, but the whole offensive line does at this point. Now this play is counter. I said they ran a lot more power here. And you kind of can see that, he does get kind of beat here. So let's watch Kolton Miller. Miller, I mean, he's getting as low as possible, but he just isn't getting any push here. Kind of gets tossed a little bit, but Parham helps him out, picks it up. And maybe if he feels like Miller's gets enough push, maybe Parham can get up field here. Right? A little bit. But yeah, man, it just didn't work out here. And then, but you kind of can see this one's still on Zamir White. I don't know where he's going here. Like if he could just, I don't know. And I don't know, maybe Dylan Parham is supposed to get up to 6. Maybe that's the thought. But even then, that's where Zamir White should go. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. So here's Kolton Miller on another one. You kind of can see here, he doesn't get to the second level here. So it's kind of just showing everything that's wrong with the run game, basically. So getting more counter here, right? And then you see Michael Mayer makes this tackle. But I kind of want Miller to get to the second level a little faster, right? And then, of course, Zamir White really has nowhere to go on this one because nobody's blocking. Number 6 here. And just leaves him free. Or, yeah, number 6. Easy tackle. All right, so next one here. So this one's a lot better, right? There's a lot more power on this one. So here's Kolton Miller. You see on the down blocks, right? Kind of the double teams here. You know, double teams, a little bit of, basically this duo right here, right? And you kind of can see just the push that he gets is really good. JPJ gets blown up here, but that's a blow up. JPJ gets blown the hell up, and that kind of blows up this play. But just seeing Kolton Miller, he has no problem in this play. So I mean, you can still see he's a damn stud. You know what I mean? BD, your mic's really good because it picks up everything, bro. Just let you know. All right, here we go. So on this one, just kind of see it one more time. Like, I mean, he's not being like fantastic run blocking, right? He's not fantastic, but he's doing a good enough job. It's just these guys are just not getting a lot of push here, right? They're pushing Calais Campbell, and then Jordan Meredith, he can't get up to 20. And then I still feel like Zamir White didn't read this the best either. I feel like he just kind of if he was more patient, he could maybe like make a little. I mean, really can't do these things, but he could have made a little jump cut to get to this hole, right? Because I think Michael Mayer has a good enough block there where this guy, I mean, he had to make an arm tackle. He's not shedding Michael Mayer. He would have to make an arm tackle here. Maybe he could, run through his arms, but Zamir White, I don't know what's wrong with him this year. He's just doing his own damn thing, basically. So yeah, I mean, the run blocking is still kind of shady, but Kolton Miller, he gets a little pushback here by Seiler a little bit. Padlet was a little high, but he's a tall guy. I mean, you really can't. He's 6'7". I mean, it's gonna be tough. But you see what he can do in the run game a little bit. I mean, it's really nothing special. They ran the ball like 8 times, I swear. So here's probably the best run of the day, and which is funny, but this was the best run of the day in my opinion. So you see here on this one, on this when he's getting these down blocks on this one, on these double teams, you see just a push that he can make on 90. He's just trying to kind of basically lifts him up, pushes him way out of that hole. You see some good blocking here from, I think, believe that's Michael Mayer. Boom, Michael Mayer is a great block there on a pretty good defensive end, Emmanuel Ogba, right? Which gets that push. I think Madison does a great job here too. This is what I'm talking about, the jump cut, though. You know what I'm saying? When I was talking about the previous play, watch Madison. Boom, jump cut. It's not the greatest jump cut in the world because he's not athletic like that. But that's what I was talking about with these type of runs. It's like that. He ends up getting 5 there. This was the best run of the day. It's kind of
bad. Wow. Nice.
But you just see the blocking there, and somebody just be able to read it, right? Read the blocks, find the hole, see it, make a man miss a little bit there, just get like 5 or 6 yards there. All right, here we go. Next one. Here we go. So now we're getting to pass protection. Now, Chop Robinson destroyed DJ Glaze. I just want to say that he did at Penn State too. But Kolton Miller against Chop Robinson is a little different story, right? And that's what I'm talking about, how good Kolton Miller is, right? So you see here, Kolton Miller, kind of saw this play earlier from the other side, but we're going to watch Kolton Miller this time, how he deals with Chop Robinson. You see how quick he is into the set, right? He's right there. He knows he's got a speed rusher. He's quickly with the set, great kick step there. Got his hands inside, right? Boom, good hands right there. Good hands inside. They were doing the 2-hand clamp before. You could kind of see how Joe Philbin was like, let's stop doing that. You can see everybody's hands are inside now. So that's why they did pretty damn good in pass protection this week. As you can see, Cole Miller gets his hands inside, just shuts him down in his tracks, gives Gardner Minshew plenty of time here to get this choice route pass off. Boom. Hits him right in stride right there. First down. But, just how quick he gets out of his stance, man. It's just pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. All right, here we go. So now against 51 here. All right, good. Boom. Hands a little outside on this time a little bit. But you can see what he does here. He does a good job of knocking down this guy's hands. Guy tries to get a little bull rush there, knocks his hands down, gives him, I forgot the name of this move, but it's one of my favorite moves. So I forgot the name of it off the top of my head right here. But he just, what is this move called?
I forgot. The snatch trap.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, BD. But that's exactly what this is. See there?
Yeah.
Snatched him, trap him. Real easy. Allows him to get the ball quick to.
That's like one of those demoralizing, like, oh, you're going to be in for a long one going up against this guy. Like, he just.
Yeah. Just beating you up.
Yeah.
All right. So here, another one. Here against Ogba. Like I said, it's a good pass rusher. Now, like I said, his hands are still a little outside. I think that's always been Kolton Miller's problem a little bit. Is the allowing guys into his chest. You see here, he allows this guy fully into his chest, right? The guy kind of wins getting there, right? He tries to lift him up, but he does a good job of resetting his feet, anchoring. Makes a little jump there to reset his feet, sets it up, does a good job right there resetting, gets a little help from Meredith. But like I said, this is a good anchor right here, right? But it is a little bit of an issue here of him leaving his chest open, but he's so powerful. And he does a good job of getting his hands back inside, right? To kind of reload. They call it rebuilding your house. That's what they call it. And he's still able to not give up any pressure and still give Minshew plenty of room to get that ball off Jacoby Myers. I don't know. I feel like the line played pretty well together, man. And then JPJ is just a maniac. He was gonna throw 90 into the ground. He's trying his hardest. He's still blocking 90 right now. All right. Here's another one against Ogbo once again. Now this time, based on the alignment, right? You can see he kind of goes to help Meredith a little bit, right? Kind of steps inside a little bit, has to get back outside quickly. This is how great Kolton Miller's feet are, though. He does a great job of getting back to his set. So kind of see him kind of help inside, get back to his set still. Good hands there, gets his hands inside, and Agba is going nowhere. Now, everybody, I think Meredith and JPJ, they kind of have a miscommunication here, I believe. No, they just get beat. But you can see how Miller handles it, right? Just resetting, tries to run through him. He's like, no, you're not going anywhere. There's no pressure there. Allows Minshew to get out of the pocket there. And with his 5.0, I thought it was so funny. People were arguing, he is mobile. I mean, so is Matthew Stafford, I guess, if he's mobile. Anyways, here he is against Calais Campbell. He was 38, still playing really damn well for some reason. I don't know what he's taking, but I want some of it for my age.
Panda Subs. He's definitely on Panda Subs.
He's on pandasubs.com. 35% off TDL discount code. All right, here we go. We see here this is a jump set because of the play action, right? We're getting play action, faking the counter, right? But he does a good job of just, like I said, his hands are inside, great feet. He just basically tosses Calais Campbell into the ground. Calais Campbell is 4th in ESPN win rate. So it kind of gives you an idea of how good he is playing right now. And Miller just dominates him. So it's, like I said, this is consistent from Colt. Colt was just consistent all game. And what I like about Colton too is him picking up these blitzes. You see this blitz coming from 6, right? Takes that guy inside, passes him off to Meredith, picks up the blitz, boom, shuts it down. You know, I don't know why Minshew moved from this pocket. I'm saying this stuff. Like, where is he going? Because if he stayed there, he has Trey Tucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's trying to force it to. It's Trey Tucker right there.
11 is coming open.
Yeah. Every time I have no idea. All right, and here's another one against Ogbo one more time. And now this is about sometimes he can get pushed because he can leave his chest open and see how Ogbo's trying to attack him. He does a good job of getting his hands inside here, but you can kind of see it. I mean, Minshew does get rid of that ball quick. DJ Glaze just got burned. But yeah, on that one. And then here's the last one. See, you gotta try to get a chop there, but Miller does not let that guy go anywhere. And Minshew kind of steps up and throws to what's his name? Abdullah, but you kind of see what Miller does, man. So yeah, Kolton Miller, he's consistent. Damn, I went pretty long, my bad. Kolton Miller, it's pretty good at this, man. But yeah, it's I don't know why people don't like Kolton Miller right now. I do not trade him. Keep him with these young guys. And
he's Iron Man to play at this level that he's been playing. I mean, Kolton Miller's got to be the most consistent performer in the history of TDL. He's got to be the only guy that was there in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's still there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
On offense. No, I'm thinking about no.
Definitely not on defense.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely for him to play at that level that he's been playing at. I wonder how much of Max Crosby's development has been going up against Kolton Miller in practice. His entire career too.
Yeah, because Crosby working against him, working against Kolton Miller, and just Miller being consistent all year. Like I said, he was dealing with injury start off, so I think he was a little shaky at first, but I think he's healthy now, and he looks like he did last year. So, like I said, there's really no reason to move on from him. I see he's still a franchise left tackle. He's a stud still. And I thought Scott Turner used Brock Bowers in a very creative way. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to like on offense this game for once, but I mean, they still can't run the damn ball. So
Brock Bowers really is him.
Yeah, he is.
Gotta get a QB.
Gotta get a quarterback. All right, BD, let's get into this third down defense. That's where I went.
All right.
Wrong.
All right, let's see what I got for you here. Hopefully my everything is working.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go over third and fourth down. I don't have every single clip in here. I realized there's probably a key one or two that I missed out in my breakdown here, but I'm just gonna go over some things that broke down and why on some of these third and fourth down conversions that allowed the Dolphins to sustain drives and just stay out there and continue to bleed the Raiders defense. So this is the first one. This is the first third down conversion of the game. The Raiders are in looks like to me like a man look. And I think that they're playing some kind of defense where they're defending the run. This is like the number one most important thing in the defense. And then like the pass is kind of secondary for the look for some reason. And I don't know why that is, why they're in a defense like this when they're in third down. That's just my opinion. But like if you look at this, this is really what killed it here. We got the back, and we're gonna flip the back, and when this linebacker is in man coverage on the back, when that back flips, this linebacker needs to adjust his alignment a little bit. Like he needs to widen or just, adjust accordingly. Now we're not chasing the guy to the boundary, to the short side of the field. We're chasing him to the wide side of the field. It's a longer run. So you kind of got to give yourself a little bit of a head start and zero up on him at the very least. So just in my opinion, bad alignment from Devon Diablo, but we're not going to just get on him. There's a lot of guys that were making mistakes in this one. So, he gives up, and that kind of thing is going to happen. So he gives up a first down right there. This is the next one. Raiders get into and again, they're in man coverage, and this is just like the sign of a defense that has, first of all, young players and guys who have not been playing or starting together all year. They're not going to have all the little different checks and adjustments and stuff like that. And it makes it real tough to have checks and adjustments when you're going up against a guy like Tyreek Hill, right? Like that. Mm-hmm. That's also like your defensive coordinator might say, look, you're going to be on him. Don't let this rookie like get his confidence hurt or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So who knows what the deal is? Ideally, you get them into a situation like this where you're playing man coverage and they're within like a certain distance of each other, you're gonna go ahead and switch this when they cross, and this corner can kind of drop off there, and Jack Jones can now sit in there on that pick play. And they don't score, but they get a first down, right? So this is just kind of like when you watch an elite defense, they have tools to handle this, and the Raiders are just like far off. And what that means is now a team, when they get into a 3rd and 3, they know they can do something like this, and they're going to have success because the Raiders aren't mature enough defense to like have like all the different adjustments and ways to handle that. Let's look at the rush, though. Sometimes you can make up for that when you have a great rush. But in this case, at 3rd and 3, the ball's going to come out quick, so there's only so much you can do. I mean, you see like Max Crosby, it's a violent rush. He's getting full extension of the hips, and he's driving that man right back into the quarterback's lap. But it's just too little too late because, because the concept, the ball is able to come out very quick. All right, so this is the next one. I believe it's the same drive. And again, it's just some more subterfuge. They're in man coverage again. They're man across the board. So they say, okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to make you cover this. And to the Raiders' credit, they have an adjustment here. Instead of Jack Jones having to run all the way across, they kind of like give it to Polamalu to take, and then Jack Jones can kind of like settle here. But it's just not quick enough. Man coverage. The Miami Dolphins had the Raiders number. I mean, easily Tua could have scored here as well.
Yeah.
So this is not like, one guy or one, person or whatever it is. The Raiders are struggling right now. All right, so let me just review my notes just to make sure I know at what point in the game we are here. This is an example of the Raiders getting a pressure on and being able to stop, right, and come up, force a stop here. So that is, that's a 3rd and 2. This is a 3rd and 2, and you see the Raiders come up with a blitz. They're showing single high, and they are playing man coverage still, but they actually get a blitz that works. And so, like, the reason why it works here, this tackle here, he does the smart thing, which is when he realizes, oh, this guy's blitzing, he jumps out here to go ahead and block Trayvon Merrick. And that does allow a free rusher at the quarterback. And in this case, the quarterback has to get rid of it, which he does. Mm-hmm. But it does force now a stop. This was a 3rd down play. Patrick Graham finally calls a good blitz in this one to get, most teams off, or maybe to try to attempt the field goal. Not the Dolphins. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2 in the middle of the field. Okay. And again, man coverage, noticing a theme here, man coverage across the board. Okay. You know what that means? Find my matchup. And it's just 2 yards. So Jack Jones, he gives up like a 6-yard, 7-yard catch, but it's 4th and 2, right? And Dolphins keep on, are able to get out there. 5-yard catch. So they're able to stay out there, stay out on the field. And I believe this drive ends in a field goal here. Here's one more. Here's on this drive. This is one to Odell Beckham. And again, we're in man coverage. This is Darnay Holmes. He's in man coverage on Odell Beckham. And, I think that this is just kind of like a technique. Not error. You can say error.
Yeah.
From Darnay Holmes on the bottom of the screen. We're in press. Look at our feet. Our feet are square. We're right on the line of scrimmage. What's the point of being in press, Marcus?
I would say to get physical, at least get your hands on them, at least.
To get physical. Darnay Holmes never touches him once. And he opens up. So we're playing press, but we're trying to do the hardest thing to do, which is just mirror with our feet only and not ever get a jam on. And I just think Darnay Holmes, he takes his first step lateral, but he needs to now step into Odell Beckham and get that offhand jam. But instead, he steps back. And I think that just one kind of false step right there takes him out of being competitive in this route. And that's literally the margin of what it takes to be successful, especially like on the perimeter in man coverage in the NFL. So that they gave that one up on 3rd and 5. So then they get back out here. They get another chance. And they're able to, credit to Patrick. I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. In this case, they forced a field goal. And they're able to, cover this one up and, do something a little different in this case. Now they're playing zone. And now you got Tua Tagovailoa. He can't quite identify now the mismatch because they're playing zone. They're switching some things up. And a 3rd down. This is the first time they play zone on 3rd down in the entire game, and it comes up with a sack. Got to switch it up. Got to switch things up. Let's look at the rush here. I think this is just more of a coverage sack. The fact that they were anticipating man makes Tua hold on to the ball a little longer. I mean, he definitely this is definitely He probably had a different option rather than just sitting here and eating a sack from Adam Butler right here. I love how Tua Tagovailoa ducks his head into every single time contact is ever made. He makes sure his head is involved. Anyways, so they forced. Okay, zone wasn't working, but they're sticking with it. This is 3rd and 4. No, wait, is this 3rd and 4?
Mm-hmm.
I did get this one. All right, this one is to 22-yard play. They're trying to show that they're in man. Darnay Holmes is going to back out, and they're going to play some cover 2. It's called cover 2 kick when you have the nickel kind of back out there and drop. So this is called cover 2 kick. I mean, it should be a good enough, curveball. You know what I mean? So, like, credit to Tua Tagovailoa throwing a freaking strike.
Yeah,
you're like, gosh. Like, are we really going to say, like, oh, this guy could have played it like this? Like, get out of here. That's a freaking amazing throw.
Yeah.
Okay? So, sometimes these guys are going to do that, too. You know what I mean? And that was on a 3rd down. So, that was just bananas, bonkers play that they made against them on 3rd down. Okay, it's gonna happen sometimes. Let's see the rush. We see. Look at Max Crosby. We're going. He goes for kind of like the ghost. Hesitation to move, arm under. Turns a tight corner. Ball is kind of out in rhythm. It's kind of tough to get a rush against this. It's just bam, 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 and then throws it. Dart.
That's Tua right there.
Phenomenal play. It's got to be the throw of the game. And then it ends up being a 3-man rush. This is called a cop technique, where Adam Butler, who's the 0, is going to bounce out and be kind of like a low hole player, kind of a spy if the quarterback breaks. In zone, you do that in zone. But so that one didn't work out too well for them. I believe that they went down and scored on that drive. And then this is another 3rd down play here. In zone, this is cover 3, and I think that we have seen, in my opinion, Trayvon Merrick struggle with this zone specifically. Like, I don't know if we can get nitpicky, how nitpicky we can be, but the flat player needs to cushion. So if we get a flag route here and then an out right here, whoever's in the flat needs to kind of split the zones and be in a spot where he can undercut and be underneath, like the underthrow of this, and rally only on the flat when if the ball's in the air, if it gets thrown. We don't need to like cover the flat. We need to just like stay in relation to it or whatever. And so, especially when this guy that goes inside, Trevor American needs to bounce and get out and cushion that and get
he's got to see that faster too, in my opinion.
So I think that he has given up a few catches. As a curl flat defender, he doesn't seem like real comfortable in those underneath the zones, in my opinion. So that's just something I'll say there. But if he's going to play man coverage, you got to be able to ask him to play underneath zones as well to change things up. So Trayvon Merrick kind of gives one up right there, in my opinion. I mean, we could also look at Jack Jones staying on top, or not even Jack Jones. This is the corner Richardson, right? The rookie. What's his name?
Decameron Richardson.
Decameron. Okay. Decameron. So this is kind of a gripe that I have with this coaching staff and the defensive coaches in general. Who are these guys covering? Their hips are completely turned. They are bailing on the 9 route, right? They're bailing. They're completely bailing on the 9 route. And I just don't think that that this is an NFL coverage, or at least an NFL execution of this kind of thing where you're going to play in a half turn. If you're going to do that, you're going to do it like Casey Hayward right here on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Casey Hayward is going to play in a half turn, like arm's length. You know what I'm saying, from the guy the entire time, and kind of get his hands on the guy's hips as he passes him, and get that contact key so we can peek back at the quarterback now. That's how Casey Hayward is going to play it in a half turn. These guys are just bailing on the 9. They're not covering anything, right? So if you play it like Casey Hayward, where you play it closer and you're more patient and you're not afraid of getting beat deep or whatever this nonsense is, this is not an NFL. Whatever this is not NFL caliber. You do not ever turn your hips and like this is Jonnu Smith. This is Jonnu Smith. This is their tight end. Okay. Like there's never a need for a guy, and a guy like this, I'm sure, is a very confident guy. I doubt he thinks that he's going to get beat deep. They're getting trained. They're getting coached. Look at Jack Jones.
Yeah,
they've been doing it like this all year to just bail and just get out of there and not cover, because like now any kind of in-break, outbreak, if you want to run a curl here, if you're going to run to the post, you can't cover any of that because you're just bailing on the 9. So all you're covering is the 9. That's the only thing that gets covered. So I have a gripe with the way that the corners are being taught this. And maybe the corner actually bails Trayvon Merrick out if he plays it with actual NFL level of technique.
Yeah, or Tua has to hold the ball and maybe try to come backside, or
right, or the quarterback does. It's just not such an easy window for the quarterback, exactly, and it allows. And then, like you're saying, if the quarterback has to hold on to it, then maybe we'll see something like this come to fruition, and we're going to see someone like Tyree Wilson be an actual guy people are talking about as a rusher, because the defense isn't allowing all these rhythm throws to just get out, right? Because I mean, you see Tyree Wilson manhandling this guard, throwing him around, driving him back, right? We all see that happening, right? So I mean, we Tyree Wilson has shown a lot of flash. He is 3 times the interior rusher Cleveland Farrell ever was. Like, this guy can actually do it in the NFL for sure. There's no question in my mind about this guy right here is who we're talking about being able to rush from the 3 technique on third downs, like third and longs. He can definitely do that for you. And he has some good rushes out there on the edge too. I think he's a versatile guy. All right. And then this is kind of the end. Okay, so this is the end of my breakdown here. At this point, the Raiders are down. I believe it's 24-19 or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's 24-19. They are in striking distance. The ball's in the middle, the absolute middle of the field. Like, they are actually not on 35-yard line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing the situation, knowing that it's a 3rd and 5, knowing that you are supposed to be in a trail technique, it's okay. You got all this help over the top. It's okay for you to get back here, not ever to panic and start holding on and start grabbing on. I think that this is just another indictment of the coaching. You can get on the player all you want, Darnay Holmes, but I think we've seen enough from the secondary that the coaching is seriously lacking for these guys. No one is playing good in the secondary. You think that that's each one of these guys' faults individually and they have a great coach? Come on, get out of here with that. Okay, so Darnay Holmes, bad penalty. Gives up that one. And then they go down and score. There's that big play, huge play, a few plays later. And that's basically they pull away. That was last chance they had. And to your point, I think you said this before we started recording.
Yeah.
But the Raiders didn't didn't punt very much. So
they punted once.
They had some stuff going on. And so if you come up with a stop as a defense, like these teams have not been on the same page. Like the first week and a half, this defense was playing lights out, and then they've just have not been playing that well ever since. Mm-hmm. And now when the offense is like, okay, we can do something, just give us a stop. Defense can't do it.
So what do you think is the difference? Is it injuries or is it what do you think it is on the defense? Why they look so different than they did?
I truly believe that they have that this these position coaches in the secondary are not getting through to these guys. I'm not saying that these guys don't know ball. I'm just saying that whatever they're preaching, whatever they're doing, it's not getting through because there's no consistency. There's no element where you're watching these guys and you're like, oh, they have a bag. Like they're getting into stuff. They're making adjustments at like a high level. You're not seeing anything like that. You're just seeing guys bail on the 9 and give up everything underneath. And that's trash NFL play. That's not real NFL play. So like, that's just, if that's how the secondary coach is coaching it, he's phoning it in. Straight up.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, 'cause you made a great point right there about the pass rush. Because I mean, like because let's just say Richardson just plays that, like how I see NFL teams play it all the time. Because guys just don't bail like that in NFL. You're right. The way you explain that just made some sense in my head because they don't do that when you watch, teams play. The Raiders or watch when I do previews and I do defense. No, they don't do that type of stuff, right?
That's Pac-12 shit. Sorry. Take that out. Sorry, but like that's what that is. That's college.
Yeah,
that's not NFL technique.
Yeah. But what that would have done if they just made Tua hold the ball just a second longer, like even 0.5 of a second longer, it just made him think like, oh, it's not there because then the in route that they had is covered. He would have had to try to force it, but Tyree Wilson maybe gets a sack. And then like everybody's like, oh, Tyree Wilson doesn't suck. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of how those things work.
Yeah.
And it's all working together at this point because you're right. Like Tua is like still literally stepping back and hitting his back foot. And if you're doing that, you're gonna lose because his whole game is getting him.
That's his game. That's his game.
Yeah.
Got to play it tighter. Got to play it a lot tighter. But yeah, they're not. They don't have that level of attention of. I mean, and that's also the other thing too. When you're a Gus Bradley coach team and you lean into a certain thing, like you can get really, really good at that. When you're a Patrick Graham coach team and you kind of just do it all, it's tough to get good at everything, right? So like they definitely look better in cover 2 than they are in cover 3. So I don't know. Is it too much to ask a guy to be good in cover 2 and cover 3? You know, he's a rookie.
Yeah, he is.
But all of the Jacorian Bennett has been giving up catches like that all year. Nate Hobbs been giving up catches like that all year. Jack Jones been giving up catches like that all year. That's how they've been playing it. They've been bailing on everything all year. So that's a gripe that I have. Maybe I'm talking too much about it. I just don't think that's good quality NFL play. So if you're paying your money to go see that, that's trash. That's not competitive. It's not competitive.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good at all. All right, man. Yeah. So I mean, offense. I said the offense didn't look better than the defense this game. That was the first time that's really happened. I mean, usually they're both bad, but this time I thought the offense was actually pretty good. I mean, they couldn't run the ball, but I mean, they're still good on offense. I mean, they didn't punt. You know what I mean? Like they punted one time, and of course the Dolphins went down and scored, and then they were down 2 scores. Right. You know what I mean? Like it was bad, man. It was bad. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be out of here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We went a little long today, but we just deep dive into the film, talk football. So, but subscribe, guys. Make sure you guys check that out. I'm gonna be doing Jalen Monroe for members tomorrow. I might go live. I haven't decided, but I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And we're out of here. Peace.